from the Texas Cheerlickers Studios. It's In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
Oh, yes. Well, we're back, and we've got breaking news as we come on. What are we, 6 hours later than we normally come on? Wait a minute, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 5 hours later than normal. But it was for a good cause. We're on late today. For those that watch our show live, welcome to the later edition of In the Building, which means all of the sports talk radio shows that are currently on are going to get their ass handed to them because we're going on up against them in this town. But as we come on, we've got issues. So the other half of this show, Rudy J, is joining us via pickup truck. You can't turn your phone around, can you? Because you probably haven't posted. Is it
mounted on your?
Can you show us what's going on, or can you just have to explain it?
I don't think I can on this
right.
StreamYard, but
right.
Yeah, I'm currently behind a train where the choo-choo man, I guess, had to stop and take a shit because the train isn't moving. Mike sent me 2 detours, and nada. They're both. I'm both. Any detour, I'm still behind the train. So,
okay.
I'm stuck in. I'm stuck in train fic.
Train fic.
It's moving like 100 feet every 5 minutes. I've been here.
Yeah.
I've been stuck here since, and this is literally down the street from Pub Sports Radio.
Oh, you're half a mile at most, maybe less.
Yeah, if that. I've been stuck here since maybe 2:40.
Yeah.
This is bad, dude.
So it's not. Is it still parked there on the track?
It's right now. It's doing this little inch up shit. You know what I mean?
Unbelievable.
It's moving up like 100 feet every 20 minutes, and it's still. It's still just sitting here, bro. So apologize to Thunderdome and In the Buildingers. This is
okay. What are you gonna do? Dude, okay. I got a lot of train stories and I got a lot of train theories. So theory 1 is this. And I say this as an 09er, right? That shit don't happen in my neighborhood. What you're dealing with right now. It doesn't. It doesn't. It is a fact. A fact because I have done extensive research on this. Trains don't stop on tracks in wealthy neighborhoods.
Are you serious?
They stop on tracks in shitty. Well, not. I don't want to say shitty. It's a shithole neighborhood, Rudy. It's a shithole neighborhood. No, trains stop on tracks in lower socioeconomic areas. Dude. That shit don't happen in Stone Oak. That shit don't happen in Alamo Heights. That shit happens in Southtown where we do our show. And so for you hipsters that live in Southtown, it's a cool area, and I love it, and I love coming here to do our show every day at the Pub Sports Radio headquarters here. But the facts are this is not the richest neighborhood in town, which means trains will stop on the tracks, and fuck you if you don't like it. Tough shit. If you're coming home from work or you got to get somewhere, tough shit. That's what you get for living in a poorer neighborhood, Rudy. So welcome to living in the poor neighborhood where trains stop on tracks and fuck up everybody's day. We're full-blown Durham Bulls here on account of, is it Union Pacific? Is it standard? Can you see what line it is?
UMAX, UMAX, UMAX. And dude, like I've been stuck behind the train a few times since we've been at Pub Sports, but it's been moving. This is the first time where it just decided the choo-choo man's is like, oh, this is a good place for me to go and take a shit. Or just park down in this neighborhood and go take a dump and get some lunch and smoke a couple cigarettes. And they'll just have to wait.
Right. Hey, I got to take a dump. I got to stretch my legs. Okay, wait till we get to another poor neighborhood and we'll stop there because F them. I'm not kidding. I truly believe, and I don't have empirical data. I've just my own 50 years of observation, and I've lived in neighborhoods where there were a lot of trains because I've lived in a lot of poor neighborhoods. It is my observation that trains routinely stop in lower socioeconomical neighborhoods. They just do. They don't give a shit. It took for years for them to pass laws to pass, like they got these quiet spots where trains are not allowed to blare their horns in certain neighborhoods. Because I grew up in a really crappy neighborhood in Fort Worth, Rudy, a barrio.
Yeah.
And in fact, we were so close to the train tracks and so surrounded by train tracks. The name of the little neighborhood that I grew up, the nickname of the neighborhood that I grew up in was called Rock Island, after the old Rock Island rail line. It went from Laredo all the way to Chicago. The Rock Island, Illinois Railroad Company went right through the heart of Fort Worth for a long, and still does for a long, long time. And it was one of the poorer neighborhoods in all of Fort Worth, if not the poorest neighborhood in Fort Worth. And I literally lived sandwiched in between two train tracks. I'm not so like if you walked out of my childhood home, 100 yards, well, probably 50 yards straight was a train track. I lived 50 yards from train tracks. And if
you never got any sleep.
Oh, we got used to it. Matter of fact, Rudy, when I left that neighborhood finally, it took me a while to get used to not having the trains come by. No shit. Right. And so I was 50 yards from the tracks, but behind me, I was another 200 yards from more tracks. Our little neighborhood was literally sandwiched in between tracks. And I can't tell you so many times every other day for 10 years living in that neighborhood, every other day without fail, we didn't go more than 48 hours. We'd have trains stop behind us and in front of us. And we were literally trapped in the neighborhood for hours on end. Hours on end. One time, a buddy of mine got hit by a car. I was in the fifth. I was in sixth grade, and my buddy, we were riding bikes, and trains were parked on both ends, and we were just riding bikes in our little neighborhood, and I had to go inside. All right, man. See you later. See you later. So I got off my bike, opened my front gate, and was walking up to my house, and he drove off on his bike. And as I'm walking toward my grandma's house, I hear a truck hit my buddy while he was on his bicycle, dragged my buddy. His name was Tweety. That was what we called him. His name was Ignacio, but we called him Tweety. This pickup truck smacked. I guess Tweety he didn't see the truck coming. He didn't, and wasn't a poor driver. Wasn't his fault. Tweety just pulled right out in front of this truck. It nailed him, probably going 40 miles an hour on that little residential road. And the truck slammed on its brakes and dragged Tweety. He's like, it's Tweety, his bicycle, under a truck, being dragged about 60 yards before the truck could come to a full stop. Tweety's out cold, underneath the truck, busted head. I'm freaking out. Run inside, tell my grandmother. She freaks out, comes running out. Oh, my God. All the neighbors come running out, run over to Tweety. He's semi-conscious at this point. He's like making this weird sound, but he wasn't really conscious. I run to his house, tell his uncle, tell his dad. They all come hauling ass up to take care of him. We call 911, and the goddamn ambulance can't get to him because it's stuck on the other side of the fucking train.
No way.
Not kidding you. And I'm like, y'all, and so we need to call a helicopter. We thought he was going to die right there in front of all of us, but there was nothing that the paramedics could do because the train was fucking stopped on the front tracks and the one behind us. Finally, we get 911 on the phone. They're able to get a hold of Union Pacific or whatever the one it was, and say, y'all need to get the hell out of the way. There's a little kid dying in the street who got hit by a truck. The train finally moves, and the ambulance and cops are able to get across the tracks and attend to him. And I'll never forget, man, one of my neighbors, one of my buddy's dads, his name was David, the great David Alvarez, R.I.P. to David. He was our next door neighbor. When the Fort Worth cops get there, David runs to the cop and is cussing, bloody murder. You motherfuckers are going to let this kid die. This is bullshit. We have complained for years about these trains.
Yep.
And the cops like, sir, you need to get out of my face or you're going to jail. And David goes, I don't give a fuck. Put me in cuffs right now. I'll go take my ass to jail. This is bullshit. Yeah. So finally, they started passing laws. This probably happened, Rudy. It was probably 1985. Yeah, I remember that because the Royals were in the World Series that year, so it was 85. I remember I was rooting for the Royals that year against the Cardinals. And finally, as the years went by, they started passing a few laws to try to prevent people, like literally, this kid would have died had he laid there 15 more minutes or less. Literally had to get Fort Worth PD, the city of Fort Worth, to call the train and tell them to move your ass out of the way. A kid got hit on his bike. Just incredible. And there's obviously the laws are a little better all these years later, but I'm not kidding you. I'm still convinced these trains, they don't stop in the richer neighborhoods. They stop in the poorer ones. It looks like you're going. Are you going?
I'm going. Now,
okay. Good Lord.
You should have seen this. You should have seen this line. I know people are pissed off.
That's right. My brother's in here. The great Brett Saberhagen was the ace of that 85 Royals team. Indeed, he was. The great George Brett at third base. It was a great team. They beat it. That was a damn good Cardinals team they beat, led by Ozzie Smith and Willie McGee. Anyhow, man.
Be there in 2 minutes.
All right. And people are asking, how's Tweety? He's fine. He had permanent hearing loss in one of his ears.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. He had a severed, like a clavicle was like cut in half. That was months of rehab to get his clavicle. No, what's the one right here in the front? Collarbone. Yeah, clavicle. What's the one in the back? Scapula. Yeah. Clavicle's the big one right here. So collarbone got cut in half. That was months of rehab, permanent hearing loss, minor brain damage. What? And had he laid there 10 more minutes, he would have died. Because those trains always parked right there in that neighborhood because the poor people, the rich people are the ones that bitch. Poor people, who cares about what they say? That's it. And Matt, Tweety did not lose his ability to fly. Ruben's in here. Happens in his neighborhood. Trains still F with Southsiders on two parts of Zarzamora near 90 and off Military. That's where Rudy was coming from.
So
that's how
what?
Rudy gets to the. That's Mike, how Rudy gets to the studio.
It might be something. We may need to be the saviors for TxDOT's bullshit and these trains.
I agree.
We might have to save the city because this is bullshit.
I understand. Look, and I've been very harsh on the city lately with regard to the insane construction that we have, because we're totally under siege by the construction, as we've talked about the last couple of days. And look, I am a supporter of the great Ron Nuremberg. I endorsed Ron both elections. He's a friend of our show. He's a Thunderdomer. He's been on my show multiple times over the years, and he's an outgoing mayor. So I'm letting him off the hook here. But if I were ever able to be a moderator in a mayoral, debate here, because it's an election year, we're going to have a new mayor. If I were ever picked to be a moderator, one of the questions I would ask is, what are you going to do about the TxDOT siege that our city is under? And the other question I might ask is, are we ever going to do something about trains blaring their horns at 5:30 in the morning in the barrios of our city and stopping and literally holding people hostage? Because that shit don't happen. If it happened everywhere, then my opinion would be, that's part of the train industry. But it does not happen everywhere. It happens in the hood, and it happens in the barrio, and that's
it makes me think, Mike, about when I was in Phoenix for the Super Bowl. The Airbnb we had was right next to a light rail. And I like, in my mind, I'm not thinking about the dynamics. I'm like, oh, this is cool. And then that night I go to sleep, and that light rail's running all fucking night. And you're just like, yo, this sucks. So, like, if we ever, like, I know San Antonio, we want to be, more forward thinking and stuff, but that light rail's got to run through somebody's neighborhood, Mike. And it's going to be shitty for somebody. So those are some things that we don't really think about when we want our city to be more. I'm one of the biggest proponents of our city, being more forward thinking, but
sure,
you got to run that shit through somebody's neighborhood. It ain't just going to run through the city streets.
Well, there are paths you can run light rail through that won't, as long as they don't. Well, in light rail, you talking about commuter trains? They don't stop.
You know what I'm talking about, the little fast ones that go on the little electric pole,
Yeah,
run.
But those things, Rudy, they don't stop for 30 minutes. They stop, pick folks up and keep going. These damn big ass cargo trains, they stop for an hour at a time sometimes. Sometimes they stop overnight, and again, the rules have been laxed a little bit over the years, but it's not as bad as it was when I was a kid and my buddy got hit, but it still sucks to get stopped behind a train for more than 15 minutes. It shouldn't be the case, but it does not happen in the 09. I guarantee you it does not. It is in the building, presented in part by the law office of Orlando Kell, the official family lawyer. It is People I Want to Punch Wednesday. Do you have anybody that you'd like to punch today personally, sir?
Whoever the freak UMax is.
UMax. What is UMax, Bouquet?
I don't know, but these, again, I've been stuck since 240. It's 320. There's no reason for me to be stuck for 40 minutes a mile and a half away. So whoever these train people are, like, this is, again, it may be some shit on these trains that people need. It could be medicine. Like, I'm not saying that the train isn't necessary, but what I'm saying is there's got to be a better system to it. And then now I'm at green lights and the kids are getting out of school. So even if it's a green light, got to let the kids cross, because these poor crossing guards are out here in the rain trying to get the kids across the street. So whoever these train people are, I saw UMax on about 20 damn cargo little train track thingies. Whoever UMax is, F you, UMax, for doing us like this there in Southtown.
That would be Union Pacific, by the way.
Oh, so UMax is Union Pacific now?
That is, UMax is a domestic container program. Offered by Union Pacific, and it ships a bunch of containers.
Oh, so Union Pacific partners with this cargo company exclusively.
I guess so.
Interesting. The CEO of UMax is something called Blake Anderson.
Punch Blake Anderson.
Blake Anderson. Well, y'all want to see what Blake's salary is every year? Blake,
no.
15 million.
I bet it's not like.
I bet you it's 700,000.
Yeah, I don't think it's like 20 million. Blake Anderson.
Let's
CEO
that
salary.
Net worth.
I love playing guess their net worth. All right. It's not listed. I can't find it. It should be, though.
No, it should be. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be.
Look at that. Rudy J walking out of his car like a normal person. One of us. And he's got a nice mug on. Look at that. One of us. One of us.
CEO salary.
Blake Anderson. Wow. He sounds like a starting pitcher.
He makes $450,000 a year.
Woo!
All right. So Jose was right.
Punch that bitch.
Can Rudy hear us?
Yes.
Okay, very good. As Rudy makes his way into Pub Sports Radio headquarters.
A little BTS.
Here in Southtown, where trains freely stop on tracks to ruin the days of poor people. Walking on in the back door, little Joe.
Look at
and
that.
He enters the studio like a champion.
You can't do this shit on radio.
All right, hit stop. Now you're having reverb. Best show start ever. Best show start ever. You know what? Since we're punching like people in control of transportation, I'm going to double down with you. I'm going to punch. I'm going to punch the pilot of that United Airlines flight that was halfway over the Pacific en route to Shanghai and had to turn the plane around and go back to San Francisco.
I didn't see this
because the asshole forgot his passport.
That's
what asshole? The pilot?
Yeah. So it's a flight from San Francisco to Shanghai, China. They're over the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Pardon me, folks.
You're lying. This happened?
Embarrassed to say it, but I do not have my passport, so therefore I will not be allowed into China. Sorry for the inconvenience. We're going to have to turn around. So they turn around halfway to China, go back to San Francisco, land the plane. All the people on the plane are like, this is some bullshit.
I want 17 flights free. Couldn't he get a parachute and the co-pilot take them on to China?
Well, see, here's the thing. Why don't you just go ahead and fly to Shanghai
And
so
tell
these
them.
people, and tell them when you get there and fly your ass back to get your passport? Why inconvenience 270-something people that were on this flight halfway through the flight?
Look,
that wasn't right to go back.
I know we're not on the greatest of terms with China, but I would think shoot us a mulligan. I'm not saying, look, I'm not asking you to let me go explore the city,
right?
But allow me to land these people that are about to come spend tons of money in your country and let them do their thing, and then I'll figure my stuff out. That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, the pilot.
I did not hear that.
They'll let the pilot off the plane when he gets to the airport.
That's what I'm saying.
He just won't be able to go through customs.
This bastard turned the plane around.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's the best punch of the year.
That's bullshit.
That's the best punch of 2025.
And how is United going to allow him to? I would have said, no, you fly these people to Shanghai, and we'll deal with your shit when you get to the airport. These people don't need to be inconvenienced. So they got vouchers.
What? How much did they get?
They got some compensation. I don't know. Let me pull this up.
So first of all, the flight to China already is miserable.
Miserable.
You turn around halfway there, then you got to go back.
Yeah. Flight, so it's United Airlines Flight 198 departed. It was LAX, not San Francisco, about 2 p.m. Saturday with 257 passengers, 13 crew members, headed northwest over the Pacific, bound for Shanghai, China's largest city. About 2 hours later, the plane turned around and was redirected to San Francisco, where it landed around 5 p.m. local time. United released a statement. The pilot did not have their passport on board. We arranged for a new crew to take our customers to their destination that evening. Customers were provided with meal vouchers and compensation. And all these passengers were, going on social media. Yang Shuhan, a Chinese passenger that was on board, tells CNN she heard the pilot's very frustrated voice over the intercom saying he forgot his passport. And after landing in San Francisco, Yang received 2 meal vouchers totaling $30.
You're kidding.
And she used for a meal at a restaurant. She said she also filed a compensation claim on the United website, where she was informed to expect a response within 14 business days. So they're all still waiting to see how much money United's going to pay him. But again, that's bullcrap. They should have just keep on going to Shanghai, get these people where they paid us to go, and we'll deal with the pilot at the airport.
So Matt says United told them to turn around. Then they're fucking dumbasses too.
Yeah, that's bullcrap.
Like United, there's got to be somebody, a big wig at United, somebody that can call China and be like, yo, we fucked up.
Yeah.
These people are about to spend, if it's 277 people?
Yeah.
Times $1,000
minimum for a flight to China? Yeah.
Come on, dog.
Yeah. So I'm not.
And it costs United more in the end because you're still flying them. You're wasting more fuel. And then you got to give them a free room, free food, free flights.
Yep.
No.
So I'm
if
not
that's
even.
The case, United's stupid.
Once again, United in the news for all the wrong reasons. I'm getting ready to fly United in 3 weeks.
It's been a rough year for airlines.
It's been a rough 5 years for airlines. Scott Kirby. So I guess I'm punching him. He's the CEO of United Airlines. Punch Scott Kirby. Would you like to guess what the CEO of United Airlines salary is?
He's up there. He's more than $400,000.
Yeah. He makes $19 million a year.
What does the CEO of an airline do, Mike?
Make dumb decisions to turn planes around halfway over the Pacific on account of the dumbass pilot forgot his passport, which they should not have done.
Hey.
So punch United. The pilot, I agree with Matt. He was probably told to turn around. That don't make any sense to me. Why? Just land the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Refuel the plane and have the pilot fly his ass back to United States from the airport. Just don't let him in. That's crap.
Yeah.
cheers to old men that need 2 cups of coffee.
Oh, same.
It's been a
This
long
is my
day.
afternoon delight.
It's been a long day.
It has been a long day.
Mike's been to the golf course, Poblanos,
Yes,
and now
sir.
doing the show.
Yes, sir. Alone. Well, you were here, but now it was weird to not have you here. I'm glad you're here. So welcome. And thank God for our partners and everybody watching. It is in the building. Thank you to Orlando Kill, the official family lawyer. He also brings us people I want to punch every day. Orlando Kill, our family man. If you need a family lawyer on your side, it is Orlando. Hit him up. His email is orlandokilllaw@gmail.com. orlandokilllaw@gmail.com.
That was a great punch.
Man, welcome. It's in the building. Thank you for watching. Share, like this thing, subscribe to our page. Me and Rudy were hustling. We got some new subscribers today.
We did. We were
course.
Out at the golf course, Canyon Springs, the Lone Star Cookers golf tournament, hanging out at the Slackers booth. And yeah, Mike and I posted up. We pulled out our QR codes and we said, hey, will you click this and subscribe?
Yeah, so
we ain't out there for nothing.
I'm dropping an edict right now. If you see me on the street, you are not allowed to come up and say hi to me unless you're a subscriber or you're willing to become one right there with me.
You got to show me.
Yeah. I'll take a picture with anybody. So I sent Rudy. We finally have QR codes that go to our links to our channel.
Right.
And I sent Rudy the QR code. So I have a QR code on my phone that leads to our channel on YouTube, and it leads to our Spotify page as well. I will personally let you scan my QR code for you to become a subscriber, which is absolutely free. You can tip this show as we go via the Super Chat. You can also buy us a coffee in the buymeacoffee.com link. And right on cue, it's Isaac with $20. He's in the building. I know it's almost baseball season, but wanted to know how excited y'all were that the Brahmas football are back. LOL, hashtag in the building. You know what?
Don't trigger Mike. Why are y'all triggering Mike? Don't, Isaac. You gave $20, so I'm gonna allow you to trigger him.
He knows what he's doing.
You know what you're doing, man.
He knows what he's doing. It's a weird day. We also have this going on.
What?
So, and some folks have noticed this in the chat, and I've gotten some text messages. What was that weird members only y'all posted today?
We didn't post the members only today.
Yes, our channel did.
How?
So my buddy, I'm just going to read you my buddy's text.
It wasn't me, Rudy. Don't look at me.
I'm about to cuss Jose
What'd you
out.
do now, Bookie? What'd you do?
I don't know what had happened.
This is from a buddy. Hey, just an FYI. I was listening to the members only show page and saw the one that y'all posted about an hour ago, and it's a bunch of chicks talking about something.
Fuck yeah.
I've never seen them before. I'm not bitching or hating, just passing on info and wanting to know what that is. Now we got people in the chat in here. What's going on with the chick show on y'all's members only page?
I'm not a member. I don't know.
Here's what happened. I can tell you right now what happened. I'm going to have to make a call when we get off the air. So remember last week when we synced up with KLMO and ran the radio show on the members only page? Homer forgot to disengage it, and their stuff is being posted on our channel as members only. Look at Rudy's face.
Fuck it.
Hey, it's content.
I'll take the ad. I'll take the ad money.
Don't say we don't post members only shows enough.
So KLMO stuff's been running on our members?
I don't know how long, but something got posted today.
Dude, you know how many different shows they do?
They do 10 a day. They do a lot.
And you know what's crazy?
Oh my
Shout
God.
out to Homer. Homer's a good dude.
He's a great
Mike
guy.
asked him when we finished last Thursday. Mike said, hey, go ahead and log us out.
Yeah.
So our stuff's logged out.
Right.
And
again, so last week, Homer asked us, and he asked us if Homer's he's a big boss man over at KLMO Radio.
Yeah.
He also runs the Corpus Christi station they have too in the Lopez Family Broadcast Network on our radio side. And he's like, hey, we can run y'all's radio show on your YouTube page live. I'm like, that's pretty dope. And so he and I sat there for a good 20 minutes syncing our YouTube pages up together. And we posted it as a members only, which I thought was a really great idea. It was Rudy's idea. It was a great idea.
Great idea.
And it wound up being our members only. So we wound up doing an hour-long members only last week. You got to watch the radio show for those that didn't get a chance to listen to it live. And you're right. And I remember telling Homer, don't forget to disengage it. Oh, and he must have forgotten. So somehow today, Love You Hard TV posted Mexicana Latina Radio as a members only. I mean, it's content. I need to go watch it and see what they were talking about. It might be pretty good. I don't know.
Watch it be our highest rated show of all time on Love You Hard TV.
Brian's calling BS saying that we're doing it big because we just didn't want to post our own members only.
Dude, all Brian does is bitch. Go run 6 miles, Brian.
I thought runners didn't have any stress or anxiety.
Brian is miserable. Brian's miserable.
He just likes sharp stick in your
ass.
ass.
He knows he gets me. He knows how to trigger me.
Keto Jar's in here. LG wouldn't have let that happen.
Who said that? Hey, better off.
Keto Jar, you're right.
That's not true because me and Rudy would have done the radio show with or without LG last week, and I would have totally let Homer and Bert sync their page up to ours.
LG would have been pissed.
He wouldn't have had any segments.
LG would have been like,
he would have
you let these fucking people have access to our members.
He would have thrown a massive fit.
He would have been
acting like a little bitch. Whereas Bouquet's like me because he's stoned out of his mind over there because it's 3:00 in the afternoon and by now he's completely frothed.
Mm-hmm.
God, what a day! We're dealing with a lot of stuff here.
I don't see that. Dogs
and cats living together. It has to be because you're not a member. You don't get the notification.
But it should show like members at 3 or 2.
You get nothing, Rudy. You get nothing if you're not a member.
Jose, you're not a member.
You don't know that.
You can go to the.
You have access, but you ain't no member.
When you go to Love You Hard TV on YouTube, you can see where the members only shows are. But if you're not a member, you can't click.
You can't click it.
You can't click it. I need to go see what the hell the show.
Hey, whatever it is, Jose, leave that shit up.
I mean,
we might run up some ad revenue.
And I'm not. It's funny thing is, I'm not actually a paid member myself. Why am I going to pay myself to do my own show? Maybe I should become a paid member just so.
Gotta follow the line.
You have access to the members only on your stuff, Jose? Like for real, seriously.
Yeah,
of course he does.
Right, see if it's posted. See if it's posted yet. It may not have posted yet. It may have ran the members only show as they were doing it in real time.
And maybe Homer caught it and was like, "Oh shit!"
Maybe that's. I don't know. That is hilarious. So dude, Jose is currently looking at our. He's looking at our.
What does that say right there?
It's still up.
All of our stuff.
How many views?
How many views did we get?
63.
Okay. 63 that we wouldn't have gotten.
63 we wouldn't have gotten.
63 members on our members only.
Shout out to Homer. I can't wait to tell him tomorrow.
How great is that? Ruben was watching. It says someone named Yolanda was on there, kept asking, you member? Hey, you remember that time in 1980s? Because you know how stuck we are in the 80s in this city.
As long as it wasn't the Yolanda that killed Selena, it's cool.
No, she's locked up, but her parole's coming up soon. Her parole hearing.
She ain't getting out.
I don't know. She's how
murder?
I
thought you murder. Well, you can't if it would have been.
She didn't get life without parole. And
if it would have been Selena from down the street, she's out.
You don't think the parole board? Icon. You don't think there's any chance whatsoever?
Not the icon.
Oh, that ain't right. Well, then they should redo her sentence and make it life without parole.
Speaking of, they did another Selena show, and people be mad at their family for doing shows making money off of her. How do you feel about that? It's like. Because matter of fact, I meant to bring this up as a topic on the show.
Yeah.
Like people legit be upset about her family continuing to make money off of her name and likeness.
Well, I mean, why should they? I doubt she'd have any problem with it.
Good point, Mike.
Now, where the family's been a bit of a pain in the ass is they get pissed off if other people try to do things about Selena. They want to get paid.
I have no problem with that.
They want to get paid.
I would want to also.
But it just depends. I mean, if a network wants to do, a documentary or whatever. Okay, for instance, so Yolanda Saldivar had a documentary that came out last year. I remember
people were pissed about that.
And the family was pissed off. And had they been paid, they probably would have been fine with it. There are those that think that the family are real greedy. Not all of them, but some.
Not greedy, but definitely money hungry.
And they will bully the shit out of you if they feel like you're doing something about their baby that they're entitled to get a piece of. They'll jump your ass for sure. So the answer is I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. What's up, Steve Camacho? Drive time within the building. Let's go, baby.
This ain't drive time. This is internet time. We don't have to do drive time.
Correct. All right. You're back. We're good. I needed to get to the bottom of what was going on with KLMO and our members only channel.
Dude, when you told me that, you called me and you're like, Dale said there were some chicks on our members only. I was like, because I don't have access to start it. I didn't know if one of us pocket dialed and started a members only.
No. It was somebody.
Yo, shout out to Homer. Appreciate the ad revenue, bro.
Yeah, somebody's tia named Yolanda. I wonder if she goes by Yoli for short. She may.
Who is this that says they're a judge?
Rory and Smith. Hi, guys. Can't wait for the barbecue. Am I still a judge? Either or. Hope it's a huge success. Come on the show again soon. Well, Rory, I'm not in charge of the judges. I have say-so.
I don't know who that is.
My boy Brad Mayhar is normally in charge of who the judges are. I'm glad you asked me that, Rory. I'm going to make a note because I need to ask you. I'm going to see if Brad over at the Salvation Army does he need judges? That's just a good segue into plugging my barbecue, by the way.
Yeah, I saw your video in front of the barbecue with no meat.
I hadn't put meat on it yet. I'm about to put some meat on it. Well, here's the thing.
You were doing a bit.
Here we go. We don't have meat yet. We need a brisket sponsor.
Oh, that's why you did it that way.
That grill's empty.
Good job, Mike.
Okay, thank you. That grill is empty because we don't have a brisket sponsor yet. However, shout out to a guy called Rob. All right.
We'll just leave it at Rob.
Long-time subscriber to In the Building who donated $500 today as payment to help pay for the brisket.
That's half.
So we need $1,000 because all of our barbecue teams, and this is another incentive for you to sign your team up. But that's only $150 to put your team into the barbecue. Sign your team up, okay, for $150, and not only do you get a spot at the barbecue, we give you a free brisket to do with whatever you want to with.
You know these barbecue dudes, they're like, I want to pick my own brisket.
That's fine, but we're going to give you a free one. You might as well take it too. And hell,
or keep the other one for the family that you don't like.
Stick it in your freezer, whatever. Donate it to somebody named Yolanda. I don't know. Do whatever the hell you want to with it, but you get a free brisket when you sign your team up. Yeah. And Rob donated $500. He wants that to go toward paying for the brisket. So now we're only $500 short of having all the briskets bought. So thank you, Rob. I appreciate that, Holmes. We're now under 2 months before the barbecue gets here on May the 17th. I'm freaking out because we need more barbecue teams. You need to get it's a cook-off. I don't want to have 15 barbecue teams. I'd like to have about 25.
30.
We've got room for 30.
Yeah.
25 is a good number if we can get 25.
I'm going to send you some pictures.
Right on cue, Henry's Mustache is in here. Henry's Mustache, a.k.a. Grilling in the Name of. That's where they grew. That's their team. Wanted to share a barbecue experience with you guys, and maybe it'll help other people join. I've been a listener, viewer since the beginning. Always heard about the barbecue. Always wanted to do it, but I was scared. Just didn't know anything about barbecue competitions. When you finally went on your show and I watched you religiously, I decided to get a team together. How could you not? It's $150 for a team, and you provide the brisket. So last year was my first competition. Mike, it was a blast. The best thing I did all year. It's a bunch of good dudes and girls at an all-night party while barbecuing. You get to meet a lot of Thunderdomers. I shout out to Thunderdomer X and Thunderdomer Ellis. Super good dudes. There's no pressure on the completion side, on the competition side. It's a competition, but it's really not. It's not a competition.
It is.
It is, but it's not. Because
it's about the kids.
We give trophies, but all the money goes right back to the kids of the Salvation Army. Chris Sneed's in the building with $4.99. Thank you, home. What up, fellas? Y'all be safe driving in the rain. Y'all know how San Anto folks drive in the rain. Indeed.
Amen.
What a hell of a day. Shout out to Frank and everybody at Slackers, by the way, the official
Let's do it.
the official bar, the official sports bar in the building, 5 locations. Me and Rudy went and
Slackers.
posted up today with them. The guys at Slackers, they had, so they decided to sponsor the 4th hole of a charity a charity golf tournament today out at Canyon Springs up in Stone Oak. Me and Rudy went out and hung out I was there for a good hour. You were there after I left.
Yeah, you were there long now. You got there at 9. You left close to.
Was it
12.
11? Okay,
You got there
damn,
like
it didn't
9.
feel like that long.
You
Okay.
you got there at 9. You left at 11.
I had a
I
good
got
time.
there about 9:15. I left a little after 12.
Yeah, we had the big shooting.
You
Cannon.
had something to do. Yeah,
We had the big canning, and we got to shoot golf balls out of a cannon, which
I
was
got
badass.
a video that I just shared with Jose. Let's
Oh yeah,
give him 2
all right,
minutes.
All right, give him 2 minutes. All right, fine,
Yeah.
no problemo. Because so we got out there. They have the shooting cannon, the little putting green, little putting thingy, cornholing.
shots.
Slackers had a setup. They had some of their bartenders out there. Some of their managers were out there. Real good scene. Slackers giving back to community. I like that.
So the Lone Star Cookers,
Mhm.
who I wish, matter of fact, we
They
didn't
need to
get
get
to
in the
meet them.
barbecue.
That's what I was just about to say. The Lone Star Cookers, they do a great charity event where they give, college scholarships.
Yeah,
But we didn't get to meet the Lone Star Cookers, whose tournament it was.
right. I'm writing this
And
down.
it would have been nice to talk to them and say, hey, you know what, this is a great cause too, considering they like helping kids. You're helping kids.
Right.
It only makes sense. You know what? It's a simple phone call. I'll call Frank and let him know.
Yeah, please do, man.
Yeah,
I
I'll
can
call
help
Frank
if you
and let him
need.
know.
Absolutely. It's
All right.
$150. And matter of fact, if Slackers wants to jump on board and post some signage that day at the barbecue with the Lone Star Cookers, hey, no problem with me. Let's do
Simple
it.
phone call.
Let's do it.
Let's go to the tape.
Let's do it.
Dude,
My bad.
this is Canyon Springs.
My bad.
We're in Stone Oak, sir. Jesus Christ.
Don't know.
In the building. Live from the Slackers tent. Found the ball. Whose tee shot was that? We're about to
Run that back.
Dude,
My bad.
this is Canyon Springs.
My bad.
We're in Stone Oak, sir.
Rudy.
Jesus Christ.
Don't know. Dude. Not cool, man.
Dude,
My bad.
this is Canyon Springs.
My bad.
We're in Stone Oak, sir.
What are we doing, man? Don't know. I thought a deer was going to attack me.
And I
In
tell
the
him,
building.
I'm like, bro, we're in Stone Oak. And he shows me his
I don't give
nipples.
a damn about that.
He shows
Oh,
me his nipples.
man. All right. Do we have me shooting the cannon?
Yeah, but I'm saving that for social.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
that's
Fine.
social.
God almighty. Well, all right.
No, I'd like that one better if we're being honest. That
I
was a
just
good
got sabotaged, man. That's pretty good. Jeez.
Who
We didn't even started our show yet. Ruben Constantino is in the building with 99 cents. You cheap bastard. What
Yeah,
the
who
fuck?
is that?
But I hope that was a test. So now send $29.99, Ruben. 99 cents?
respect, Ruben.
Hey, Holmes, we gonna pay us some pesos next time? Shit.
Dennis Cardi. Oh, Dennis. I got you, Dennis. I got you.
So here's what I've noticed. A lot of people will do 99 cents to test and make sure it works.
Right.
It worked, Ruben. Now you can follow with that $150 to sign your barbecue team up or whatever you want to do.
And by the way, here's the image from the golf as well.
Look,
Oh,
look
what
at
do we
that.
got here?
So that guy, I posted this one because that guy came up to Mike. His name is Shay.
Oh, Thunderdomer, yeah.
He's like, hey, I've been listening to you for forever. He said, I turned the radio on and I was like, this is his words. I was like, who the fuck is this dude from Dallas? He's awesome. So shout out to Shay. Long term. He said, hey, yo, he's like, I love the show. The building's on fire. I was like, no, it's in the building.
What he thought it was called on fire?
The building's on fire.
No, it's okay. And then he said he knew my sister. One of
Dude,
them.
crazy. Yeah, give him
Yeah.
that. Tell him what that dude. Put that picture back up there.
All
Jose.
right, so that is just to prove that we have people from all over the state here. We love San Antonio. You're always going to be our baby. We're never going to abandon you. We're never going to forget where we live and where we're from.
Right.
But the more people from outside this city find this, the better it is for all of us, right? San Antonio's proud when their mijos do big things outside of the city, and that's what we're trying to do.
Right.
This guy's from Bridgeport.
Was that
way
Fort Worth?
north Texas, probably an hour and a half north of Fort Worth, damn near to Oklahoma. He was in town. I think he lives here now, but he's from Bridgeport, grew up there, was listening to me back in the day when I was on Mickey Dallas radio back in the Metro Sex, and then realized I was doing a radio show in San Antonio,
Right.
had lost track of us, but found us again today. And he's going to be he's a subscriber now of In the Building, not In the Building That's on Fire, Shay. So shout out to him. And he actually knew one of my sisters,
Which is crazy.
Total coincidence and rando that we ran into the guy at
Yeah, he
Canyon
was like, "Hey
Springs
man, big
today.
fan," and I'll turn
was
around and he's like, "I know, I'm not gonna say her name, but I know."
Oh, Cherie, you can say it.
Yeah, he was like, "I know Cherie," and you're like, he was like, "I know your cousin Cherie," and Mike's like, "Cherie's my sister."
Yeah. Badass.
By the way, speaking of Mike's family, Rudy, Mike said hello to his daughter for us.
Yo, why are we still talking about this?
Well, I just wanted to give you that update just in case. Just in case you needed it.
This is his contribution. I told you we shouldn't be doing shows late in the day because he's fried.
Ah.
I just wanted to let you know, Rudy, just in case you were wondering or anything.
I wasn't.
She said hello back.
We've
No,
already,
she
we've
didn't.
already.
I promise you, she didn't say hello back.
No, she didn't. What? We've already had to move our show from 9 a.m. to 10 because he can't get here on time.
That's not true.
And now because of him today, we don't start till 3 o'clock, and he shows in here like after about 2 bowls.
Is he really high? Is he fried?
And that's his.
What are you
contribution.
talking about? Just
You know,
go
Is
for
he
it.
fried?
You know, and I had this beautiful thing I said about him the other day in the last show about how we were talking about immigration, and Jose's an example of doing it the right way, the lawful way.
Yeah.
His family immigrated from Venezuela many years ago, and they
Mhm.
went through the proper steps and channels to do so. We can argue whether or not we're making it too hard. That's an argument. We can argue that we're treating folks poorly right now.
Right.
But this is an example. If you just fight through the rules and you play by the book, you too can come to the United States and have a son named Jose who doesn't speak any English because he was raised in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an example. Had this beautiful thing about his immigration status. And look at, he's a fine American. He's an American citizen.
Debatable.
And he has to continue to bring up my daughter
Whoa. I just,
just to sharp stick me.
what are you talking? Again.
First of all, Mike's not even that type of dad where he cares.
We've already
Yeah.
established that you wanted me to tell her hi for you.
Yeah.
I did so. Now let it go.
Okay.
It's already been done. It was last week, by the way. It was Friday. It is currently Wednesday. It's been 5 days. Some bits are just worth doing once. Okay?
I disagree. You got to run them into the ground
The
sometimes.
good ones you do, but the ones that piss me off, you don't. No, you don't. The ones that piss me off, no, you don't.
Wait, how old does she turn?
Huh?
How old does she turn?
27.
Okay.
Same.
About
Same here.
Same age. This
Same here.
man has a girlfriend that he
He
lives
lives
with.
with.
Clearly, he doesn't give a shit. This is why the Venezuelan has a bad name.
But I did look. I peeped game when we went out when we had our Anthem TV party.
Yeah.
My wife and daughter came.
Uh-huh.
Your daughter shows up.
Yep.
Someone started acting a little different.
When my daughter came,
Somebody started acting a little different. I already
What is
peeped
this?
game. I'm like, oh, this little motherfucker.
What is
we're gonna
this?
get this dude's relationship
Yeah.
ended.
This motherfucker started acting different.
I disagree. I'm just a nice guy.
Like, you know, when
Was
you
he
dou-
acting weird with my
he
daughter?
double take. He did a double take. I guess he expected your daughter to be trash.
Oh, I
He did a
see.
double take.
Oh, it just dawned on me. He met her last week at McFinnigan's.
And now he's saying, tell her hi.
Oh, I see. I see.
I cannot confirm nor deny anything that's been said. I just wanted to say hello, Hope she's
Okay.
doing well.
Well, she told me to tell you she doesn't date guys that have hair that look like pubic hairs.
Is that what she said? She said that specifically?
No.
Let me be quiet just in case your lady listens, bro.
No, that's fine.
He doesn't care.
She doesn't listen to anything
No,
I do.
This guy's an animal. He doesn't give a shit.
Again, I'm just a simple man. I just hope she's doing well.
All right. I'm assuming that your girlfriend is not a legalized citizen.
No, she is, luckily.
All right, because it's
Born
like
here.
you act like she's mail order the shit you say on the show with no regard for her respect whatsoever.
You know, sometimes it's okay.
You
Sometimes
just, as you
it's
just,
laugh.
hey, Jose, you just saying hello.
Yeah,
If you ever find, here's the thing: even if like y'all's relationship were to, and hopefully it won't ever happen, come to an end,
yeah, sure.
you're not allowed to date my daughter and
What?
work for the show.
Facts.
Why not? With
Fact.
that,
I
At that
second that.
point, at that point, if my daughter had mutual interest in you,
Okay.
you'd be forced to make a decision.
Sure.
Working for me and Rudy
Mm-hmm.
or my daughter. You'd have to make. You can't do both. I ain't doing that shit. I'm not gonna have that.
You don't want to shit where you eat?
Right.
I don't want to have to fire my daughter's boyfriend when he fucks up.
That was like Last Kingdom. Yeah. When he had to
I
kill
ain't
his
doing
daughter.
that.
He had to kill his daughter's husband on Last Kingdom.
Right.
It tore him up.
Oh, he had to kill his daughter's husband
He had to kill his daughter's husband.
for the betterment of everybody.
Uhtred had to kill his
Uhtred.
daughter's husband.
Okay, I hadn't seen that. God.
See, Tony S says this is some good stuff, Mike. You know,
F the morning, 3 p.m. every day. At 9 p.m., people say this is perfect. 10 p.m., people say this is perfect. 3 p.m., people say this is perfect. It's all perfect because it's Rudy and Mike. What the fuck y'all mean? It doesn't matter what time.
Right, and 99% of our viewers don't watch it in live time anyway.
Right.
So it doesn't matter really, honestly. We try to do them at 10 a.m. every day. And you know who's pissed off? Anthem TV's
Anthem
pissed.
TV's pissed. They like consistency.
I'm so sorry. Clearly, they're trying to run a television app, and our asses have been all over the map with our start times lately. It's the charity season.
This is normally the second show they run. They
Right.
normally run us at 10,
Yeah,
3, and 9.
yeah.
So now they're going to have to do us at 3,
bear with
9,
us.
and
Shout out
midnight.
to our partners at Anthem
Hey,
TV who
Nathaniel,
run
love
our
you.
show every day. Download the Anthem TV app for free right now, and so you can watch in the building. Hell, and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say this.
Oh,
There were rumors at some point. I'll bet you, if I were a guessing man, at some point in the future, there's even going to be like an in the building on demand on that app.
Yeah, I
Which
didn't
would
know
be
that.
very cool. Yeah,
That would be.
I think that's absolutely a doable thing.
Okay.
If as long as Anthem decides to keep working with us, if we'll get back to running our show at the right time every day and not switching it all around. All right, it is in the building. We are on Spotify and Apple and iHeart. Thank you to the Believe Podcast Network. They're also mad at us for all of our different goofy start times. Sorry, y'all.
Sorry, Believe.
Hey, we do things for charity, and sometimes that takes precedent. That's the way it goes, you know. And tomorrow we might not start at 10 o'clock neither.
We're not starting at
we
10
have other
tomorrow.
things tomorrow.
really?
too. Yeah.
We're not
I would say
starting
we
at
need
10
to have a
tomorrow.
production meeting when the show
Yeah,
is
we're not
over.
starting
It's
at 10.
news to me.
Just for y'all to know right now, we're not starting
Correct.
at 10 tomorrow.
Correct. Yeah, we're not. But hey, everything we're doing is because we're progressing. You know,
Got shit to do.
progress is busy.
Right.
You know, we're in the middle of the hustle, and that means that we would never start our show a different time if it weren't for a really, really.
It's not
good
like while I'm
reason.
on the couch scratching my nuts.
Right. Yeah. It wasn't like I fell asleep because I hit the bong and I
Mhm.
slept past 10. That's never going to be the case.
Are you trying to assume that's someone else in this room right now?
Yeah, you. Jeez, dude. All right. It
All right,
is in
let's
the
do it.
building. It is presented in part by San Antonio City Soccer Club, the preeminent soccer club in our town. And they've got tryouts, AKA placement. All right. Because you're not trying out to make one team. You're going to go showcase your skills as a youth soccer player so they can see what level to put you on. That's what this is. It's for levels of all ages. This SA City Soccer Club, the premier destination for youth soccer in San Antonio. They're now recruiting players. We need players. All right. If you were born between 2007 and 2015, or your kid was, hit up San Antonio City Soccer Club right now because they've got 2 placement events coming up in the month of May. Boys will go May 6th through 8th. Oh, I mean, let me take that back. Girls go first. So it's girls May 6th through 8th.
Right.
And the boys go a few days later from May 12th through May 14th. So go to San Antonio City Soccer and look for their placement events and register. If you happen to be watching the show, there's the information there. There's a QR code for both events, and I've been posting them on my social media every
been
single
sharing
day.
them.
And I put it on Instagram yesterday, And I can see that some of our people were interacting with them. Oh, how do I get my kid to sign up? And call us here, call us there. So it's already working.
Good.
We got to get some kids out. Soccer is awesome. Rudy's a former youth soccer player. He was and a pretty good varsity high school soccer player too back in the day at Roosevelt. Yes, sir. This is a soccer-friendly show. We may not talk about soccer all the time, but we support soccer hard.
Right.
And so on behalf of our partners at San Antonio City Soccer, there's 3 convenient locations in this town. It is for all levels, and they've got a placement event coming up in May. Go to their website, Google them, whatever your search engine is, SA City Soccer SC. Get your kids signed up for their placement events coming up in May. All right. What else? What's on the run sheet today? LeBron James, Rudy's favorite topic.
I thought we were going to talk about Rudy's butt.
That's next.
I got excited.
That's next. We got to go in order here. It took us 45 minutes to get to the run sheet because of the stupid train. It's okay. Actually, it took us an hour.
No shit.
It's all right, though. All right. So LeBron James today went on Patrick McAfee's show. And you know that's a slap in the face to Screaming A. Smith. Because ESPN's let this weird rival thing
They don't
go.
like each other. Like, they're not going to admit it. They can't because, like Mike Taylor show, Sports Grind, Peter Bolger, when you jab each other, at some point you get called into the principal's office. You was doing it too.
Only in the beginning.
In the beginning, you did.
And I was doing it in self-defense.
And it was, and first of all, it was never me and Mike. Me and Mike hit it off from the time we met.
You didn't like me either. No one does, though. In Rudy's defense, no one likes me the first time. I'm like cigarettes.
Right.
No one likes smoking when they first try it. But all of a sudden, you wake up 6 months later and you can't stop smoking. That's me. Anyway, sorry.
But full circle, Pat McAfee and his crew, Stephen A. and his crew don't get along. It's a well-known fact. They can't admit it. I don't give a shit if they cross-promote and they come on each other's show and they chum it up. They don't like each other because egos are a motherfucker. Stephen A's there. He has a big deal. Then Pat McAfee comes in, gets more money than Stephen A. Stephen A's pissed off about it. Then Stephen A. comes back, gets his $100 million. It's been a whole thing. So what does LeBron James do? Oh, you want to talk shit about my son? Oh, you want to talk shit about me as a father? I know, because my people know, because I'm freaking LeBron James. I'm going to go on Pat McAfee for an hour, and we're going to go viral than a bitch. By the time this thing is done running, by the time Pat McAfee drops his 1-minute clips over the next 3-4 days, this interview is probably going to be at 30 to 50 million.
Yep.
30 to 50 million.
At least.
And that is an up yours Joe Boo to the First Take people, because look, I love First Take, love Stephen A, love Molly and the crew. There's not anybody that they can have on the rest of this year that's going to top what Pat McAfee was able to accomplish today by getting LeBron James on for an hour. So not only did LeBron tell you F you, Pat McAfee told you F you, and it's going to be the biggest thing that happens on ESPN this year. Aside from, I don't know, you name something. It's going to be the biggest thing on digital. In the digital space.
No doubt LeBron got paid too.
Oh, yeah. Well, hell, he was paying Aaron Rodgers $1 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
Of course they got paid. But that was LeBron's FU, and that was Pat McAfee's FU. Y'all don't like us. We don't like y'all. Take that, bitch. And I'm going to sit here and laugh while he's talking shit about you, Stephen A. Pat tried to jump in here and there because I watched it. Pat tried to jump in here and there and be like, hey, man, Stephen A., he's a good guy. Like to bring the heat down. Okay. But be clear.
Yeah.
This was a FU from McAfee and the crew and LeBron and his crew. Like, I know y'all don't like each other. I'm going to go over there on his show for an hour.
I wonder who initiated
and drop nothing but bombs.
Did LeBron's people reach out to McAfee, or did McAfee say, you know what? Why don't you come on and talk about
you don't reach out to LeBron because you know it's a no.
They reached out to McAfee.
They reached out to McAfee because it's like, okay.
They wanted to
you talking shit about me, and then a private conversation we had, you go on a 2-week span where you keep talking about it after you said you don't want to address it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna fix your ass. I'm gonna go on your in-house competitor show and give them an hour of nothing but viral clips.
What did Stephen A. Smith say about Bronny in the first place?
Well, he
How
said
was it LeBron's whole thing was he made it personal.
When he said, LeBron, I'm reaching out to you as a father. Stop this.
Oh,
stop telling us how good your son is. It's blah, 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 blah. And that in LeBron's eyes was personal when you start talking about him as a father. But I saw Dwayne Wade sit on Carmelo Anthony's podcast and say, Dwayne Wade's in his wedding. Dwayne Wade on the banana boat. Dwayne Wade's one of his best friends. Dwayne Wade said on Carmelo Anthony's podcast, LeBron brought some of this on Bronny when he tweeted that Bronny's better than a lot of these cats in the NBA. Then the scrutiny comes. The scrutiny comes with it. But that was a dirty chess move by LeBron today. That's just petty.
Petty. I agree.
And I love it.
And of course,
because every now and then
come on.
Because we don't like each other anyway.
Well, I don't give a shit about that. It's LeBron James. If he reaches out to in the building, he's going to be on in the building. I'm just letting you know.
All of them. Rich Paul, Dallas, Maverick Carter, all of them.
Wow. This is because the Los Angeles Lakers
suck
drafted a kid who has no business being in the NBA because his dad's
he had 39 in the G League the other night, so everybody's going crazy.
So what?
Exactly.
They're probably feeding the kid the ball. So what?
Yes. It's his team. He does what he wants. I'm glad you said that, Mike. And Mike, by the way, Mike loves LeBron, thinks he's the GOAT. So if Mike takes a shot at LeBron, it's deserve it.
I have a love-hate relationship with LeBron James because so often LeBron is petty. Inspire 90 has a good point. I can't wait to not watch an interview with LeBron. Did he cramp up during the interview? See? LeBron does shit that makes it hard to really love him. I like LeBron, and I do think he's the best all-around basketball player I've ever seen.
That's fine.
But he often comes off as petty. And often, because he has an outlet and does podcasts and does television shows, which his HBO show's awesome. The Shop, I love it.
It's awesome.
I don't always agree with what they say, but I'm not the kind of man that watches shows that I want to agree with everything you say. I'm not that guy. I want to watch shows that are compelling,
make me think,
whether I agree or not. His podcast, I've listened to it often when he was doing it with JJ Redick. By the way, Steve Nash is going to host it with him now in season 2
instead of JJ.
Yeah, so obviously JJ's not going to do it because he's the Lakers.
So Stephen
coach.
Nash going to get another job.
Nash is going to co-host the
and JJ Redick got the Laker job just because he was qualified.
Well, because Steve Nash is like, this is my gateway to an NBA job. Maybe I can get back into coaching.
Yeah.
But there's no arguing that they drafted Bronny James only because his daddy's on the team.
Then there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying that.
Yeah, no, at all. Nothing, because it's the truth.
Like, yo, and when you're in position of power, you get to call the shots. Mike's famous saying, he's been saying it. He made it up. Winners get to do what they want to do.
Yep.
LeBron is a winner. LeBron has made the league $17 billion.
Yep.
If he wants his daughter to come be assistant GM, he's earned that right. But then don't turn around and tell me, no, it's because he's worked hard and you've never seen him in the gym at night. And he dribbles all night long. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I just hear the ball dribbling upstairs. And I'm like, what is that, honey? I'm going to go up there and investigate. And it's Bronny dribbling the ball with his left hand. Shut the fuck up. You got him the job, and that's cool. Say that.
Yeah, every time
you think Donald Trump is going to apologize for getting little Donnie a gig? I'm like, yes, he's my son. Of course I hired him. Who's more qualified? He's going to own it. Deion Sanders, my son coming with me. And he's Louis. That's why we don't give Deion shit, because Deion's like, yes, my son's coming with me from Jackson State.
Yeah.
And I know you were the quarterback last year.
Right.
But my son's going to be the quarterback because he's my son.
Right.
He doesn't say, well, we're going to try out. And if Shador is the best option, then that's what we'll roll with. But we're not giving Shador anything. Deion's like, yeah, that's my fucking son. My son sucks at safety. But guess what? He's my son. Mm-hmm. So he's going to start with me wherever I go. LeBron's like, no.
Purely coincidental.
I have to lock the basketballs up so Bronny doesn't work out too much.
I was so shocked when the Lakers drafted him.
Yeah.
That's
It's all good.
bullshit.
Nepotism isn't everywhere.
So
But when
own it.
LeBron doesn't
Own your
own it, we
nepotism.
get mad.
Right. Own the nepotism.
But that
Yeah.
like Pat McAfee's had everybody. You name it.
You know, and again,
Nothing tops this.
So Stephen A. Smith, I guess, said father to father, stop this.
yeah.
I
That
don't
may be
think,
too
I
far.
don't think. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know that that's too.
That
far.
does make it personal when you question how he's handling his child as a father.
Okay,
That makes it
fine.
personal.
It's so gray because Bronny's a very famous guy now, and
He
does
made a
play
few
for the
$1 million
Lakers.
at USC and didn't play.
It's not like Screaming A. Smith is telling Bron how to parent Bryce.
Great
Bronny
point.
plays for the Lakers. Bronny's fair game.
Bron said, I would never tell you not to criticize. He said this on McAfee today.
Mhm.
I would never tell you not to criticize my son. He's a professional athlete.
That's okay.
He's fair
then
game.
quit
You're a
getting-
liar. You're a liar.
Bron's trying to have it both ways.
Yes. Which he's always done.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Anyway.
All right, it's in the building, presented in part by Texas Cheer Liquor, the official liquor store.
Liquor store.
5 locations, 5 in the greater San Antonio area. I guess Bernie's the greater San Antonio area. What I should say is there's 5 Texas Cheer Liquors that are in SA proper, and
There you go.
Bernie has a location as well. Nonetheless, all of them have monthly specials, and all of them give you a 5% discount when you mention in the building. Still got that Burnett's we're rocking.
Yeah, what
to,
we got?
the
How many
gin.
days? We got about 5 more days.
Yeah. March is still rolling on.
You want some gin and tonic? $19.99. That's a liter too, by the way.
Mhm.
Svedka, vodka, little vodka cranberry, little vodka OJ, little
Always
vodka
good.
pineapple juice, $19.99 for the half gallon. And them Crevos, it's summertime. It's been hot. It was like 91 degrees yesterday. Get 2 or more of those, get 10% off. Don't forget to let them know in the building sent you, or they ain't gonna hit that 5% off.
All right.
Talk to AD today. What up, AD?
How's he doing?
He's doing good because I sent him a picture of us and the guy from Desert Door Tequila that we met.
I sent him a
Steve.
video of an Indian stand-up comic talking
That
about
was
being a liquor
hilarious.
store owner's kid.
That was hilarious. That was a great video. Great video.
All right, we buried the lead for an hour and 10 minutes.
What's the lead?
I didn't square this with you before we started the show
Oh,
because
shit.
you were in
You-
traffic.
You scare me when you do this.
You had a
Oh.
you had a rectal yesterday.
No,
No,
I didn't. I just
I
said
thought
it's
you did.
time.
Oh, okay. I
Wow.
misunderstood. I thought you
No, I
had
wish. I
a
need one.
rectal yesterday.
I wish. I need one.
I'm due
That's
for
what
one too.
That's what I was
Let's
saying.
go together.
I was like, you
Wow.
remember those little flowers you would blow? And the little, all the shit.
Dandelions.
What are they?
Yeah.
Dandelions?
I don't know if they're
Yeah,
dandelions.
the wishing
Yeah,
flower.
the wishing flower.
Yeah.
I posted, if you remember doing this, then it's time to get your prostate checked.
Right.
Get
Now I need a colonoscopy.
I need a colonoscopy. I need a
Jesus.
prostate
But
check.
before
I need
that,
all
I just need to get a little finger thumb.
I need
It's been a while.
I need some Dr. Love.
You know, women go and get stuff done. They do things
They need
together.
their breasts rubbed
You
on.
and I could go together and get rectals. That'd be funny.
Oh, we're gonna roll on it.
Well, probably can't post that. We can put no. We probably
We can't
shouldn't
post
roll
getting
on
our
it.
getting fingered.
We can post before we walk into the office, and then they can get our reaction when we come out if we've been violated.
I kind of want to see the reaction of insertion.
What?
I don't think you can put that on
What?
YouTube, unfortunately, for you pervert.
No, I just wanted to hear the oh. That's all.
You
I
want
hear.
audio?
Yeah, I just want to hear the. I just want to.
Have you ever had this done?
No.
Yeah, I have.
You've had the
I
Dr. Jelly
have.
finger.
I've had it, and I didn't know. It
So
was
how
coming.
did it feel? Did you
it
feel,
sucked?
were
You didn't know
feel-
it was coming.
But did you feel aroused? Did you get
What?
aroused?
No, Rudy.
No, because I've heard of men. I've heard
No.
men that not get aroused,
Okay.
but
No.
they relieve themselves. I've heard of these things.
70-year-old man
Oh,
with a
God.
jelly finger with a rubber glove on, with me bent over a stool in Tyler, Texas, with his middle finger up my asshole did not arouse me in the least.
I'm talking about the colonoscopy. That's
I
the
haven't
colonoscopy.
had that yet.
So
I
which
need to
one's
get
the
one.
prostate? Which one's colonoscopy?
Prostates, they just stick the finger and they kind of feel around. They're feeling for butt polyps. You don't want that. So it's
They're
important.
rubbing in your butt.
They stick the finger up your anus and they feel around because they know what they're
Wow.
feeling for.
Wow.
And they're seeing if you have polyps.
Jesus.
And they take it out. And it's very uncomfortable
Is it
with the
uncomfortable?
jelly. Yeah.
Even with the jelly?
Yes. They don't go up there easily. That thing, no.
Fudge. See, this is why we don't do it.
And the old doctor that did mine, he was not very careful. He just got it. I told him just get it over.
Wait, okay, so this was in Tyler. How old were you? Because I'm already 47. I should have had
10 years ago.
I should have had one by now.
You
Because they say
absolutely should
now,
have had.
because our food's so bad,
Yeah.
it used to be 45, 50. They say now we should have had one by 40.
Right.
Because prostate is fully curable when you
Yeah.
catch it early.
All right. You're talking about the arousal. So, yeah.
I've heard a dude killed a doctor because he nutted.
He killed the doctor?
Yeah, the doctor made him nut and he killed him.
Like he beat him to death?
Yeah.
That's weird. He made you feel ecstasy, and so you kill the guy? What, because he feels like he's gay now?
What a show this
That's
has become.
fucked up.
What a show this
Hopefully
has become.
this guy's gone to
I don't
prison
know
for
if
the
that's
vida.
true. Let me see. Murdered doctor after prostate.
There is, so I'm told that there's a part of your prostate that if it gets thumped, it's arousing for sure. But that's not what's going on when a doctor's got his finger feeling for cancer. That's not an arousing moment. Have you never had a ball exam where they feel your nuts? Because that's not arousing either. I guarantee you, it's not great, but it's necessary.
Just
Which,
cough
by the
twice.
way, I need the old cough twice too. I need both. I need a physical.
Wow.
Let me see.
Actually, you posting that yesterday is reminding me, hey, dude, you're due for a physical, which means
I need one.
I need to get a nut exam and a rectal.
Is this
the
what
nut?
old age is like?
Wait, what's nut
It's
exam?
what being
what's
50.
What's the nut exam?
They feel your balls.
Oh, for testicular cancer?
Yeah, this is serious, dude. At
Fuck.
our age, you need to go get that
No,
done,
I
too.
want to. I want
Get
to.
over all
I'm
that
having fun
weird
with it.
stuff
I'm having fun with it, but I
and
need
get it done.
No.
Yeah, okay. So when you posted, I thought you were about to go have this.
No, I was just saying, if you remember,
Oh.
if you remember blowing on your Nintendo game, if you remember
Pulling
playing,
on your trying to get it to work.
yeah, if you remember playing hide and go seek. Hey, Jose, if you're playing hide and go seek, how do you count?
1.
No, mother. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. That's not how y'all count it?
He's from Venezuela.
No. I think, Rudy, I think that's cultural right there. My community, I don't think did that.
No.
How did you count for hide and seek? Did you count by fives?
We did one Mississippi.
That's
See, we
white
did
people.
one Mississippi when we were playing football.
I didn't know the 5, 10, 15.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55,
If I was
60,
being-
55, 70, 75, 80, 85,
All right.
90,
Well, I would have
95,
gotten
100.
that wrong.
Ready or not, here I come.
We were one Mississippi.
That's for when you're rushing the quarterback playing football in the street.
Oh, well, I don't know, man. I mean, I haven't played that game since I was living in the projects in Fort Worth, Texas when I was 8.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I was being more accurate, Matthew. your
You know what?
brother's
I think
saying-
you might be right, Jose. Maybe that was a Tyler, Texas cultural thing.
Yeah, I think this is cultural, and yeah, Matthew's right. I just sort of said un, dos, tres right there.
Yeah.
It's obviously in Spanish.
Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready or not. I don't know how to say here I come in Spanish. Cómeme.
Yeah.
That sounds weird. That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, that was eat me, but that worked.
Wait,
That worked.
cómeme means eat me?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Oh, wow. So come doesn't mean
Just to eat.
come?
No.
Oh, like comer.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
wait a minute. I just had a revelation.
What?
Have y'all ever seen the movie Born on the 4th of July?
I have not.
There's a scene in which I guess you probably haven't seen it either, have you, Bouquet?
No.
Put that on the Bouquet Gen X movie list.
Okay.
You too, it's good. Born
Born on the 4th of July. Let me put it in my notes.
Tom Cruise, the great Willem Dafoe. So Tom Cruise is in Mexico, his character,
Mm-hmm.
and he gets a prostitute. And there's a scene where she's sitting on his face and she's going, hey, cómeme.
Oh,
I
boy.
thought she was saying, I'm coming. She was saying, eat me.
Yeah.
After all this time, this movie came out in like 1988. I saw this when I was in junior high.
Oh.
So all this time, I just thought she said she was climaxing. She was telling him
Eat me.
that, eat me. I'll be God.
No, like
dang.
come. Like I want some comer.
Yeah, like comida.
Comer.
Come.
Yeah.
It all makes sense now. I'll
Yeah.
be damned.
God, don't say I'm not helpful on this show. Here
Huh.
we go.
Okay. No, yeah, you saved you
You
made up for
you
it.
gotta help out some way,
You made
motherfucker.
up for it. Yeah, yeah. You get 1 point today out of 10 tries.
Yeah.
I know.
went
You know
1 for
what?
10 from the floor.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Shooters got to shoot.
Somebody explained to me these modern. See, this is a phrase that I don't use. What does the cheeks mean?
Cheeks means it wasn't good.
Well, it also means butt cheeks as well, Mike.
But no, it does mean that. But if I say, man, the Lakers bench is cheeks,
Yeah.
they suck.
You
Best-
want to talk about the Lakers?
Baseline Bums podcast with a cheap way to get a plug.
We always plug them.
Born on the 4th of July is Cheeks.
They young.
That's bullshit. yo.
They're
That
young.
movie's fantastic.
Is it?
And
I've
that's
never
actually,
seen it.
it's actually a biopic based on the life of a guy named Ron Kovic who wrote a book about his experiences. He was Mr. Gung Ho American,
Mhm.
signs up for double tours in Vietnam, gets his dick and balls blown off.
Literally.
Wait,
For
what?
real. Yeah.
What?
He gets castrated by bullets.
Jesus.
That's the worst way to go.
Yeah. So he has, and he's
Cut my-
paralyzed.
Yo, cut my fucking throat.
So he's paralyzed. Now he can't walk. He's in a wheelchair and he's got no dick. And he's down in Mexico and he visits a prostitute and all he can do is go down on her. Can't do anything he's got nothing to do anything.
So
and it
do you
sucks.
still get horny with no dick and balls?
Probably can't have an orgasm.
I know you can't have orgasm, but do you get the urge to want to fuck?
Well,
you
he
can't?
did. Yeah, you get the urge and you can't. It's never you
Yo,
never get released.
I wouldn't make it. Only because like when you get that feeling, a man needs to release.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
Sure.
saying?
But he don't get blue balls because he ain't got any.
That's true.
So
That
I
is
don't know
fact.
what I don't want to know what that's like. I've always said the day my penis stops working
You
is the
say
day
you want to be gone.
I stick a pistol in my mouth. But I do have kids, and so
I can't be selfish
I've
and
been
kill
told
myself.
by my oldest daughter that I should not be saying that
Oh,
because she'd be upset with me if I killed myself. You keep your mouth shut. And so what here's what I will do. I will unashamedly take all that shit. Cialis,
Oh God, I'm
Viagra.
taking all of it.
I'll tell y'all I'm doing it. That's got to work.
Yeah.
I'd rather lose a hand than be impotent. That shit ain't happening to me. ED ain't gonna happen to me.
so she doesn't like when people say that. Interesting.
No, that ain't happening.
Why would you want to hear about your pops wanting to off himself?
That kind of be funny sometimes. Something
Mhm.
dramatic.
See,
Yeah.
You're weird.
yeah, he's a
Anyway,
weird kid. He's
He's
weird.
very weird.
Now
He's-
you're
but
one
he's
for
stoned.
11.
He's
All right,
stoned.
Maddie Bonner went 1 for 11 tonight
Yeah,
during
he's
this show. All right,
stoned.
show brought to you part by
Damn, we got another one.
the official real estate agent of In the Building. We got another one tomorrow. We got to get in.
Yeah, because we were off Monday. 'cause
No, we have a new one starting tomorrow.
we got another new sponsor.
Ribaldo Realty Group is an OG sponsor of
What up?
Yes,
Chicka,
sir.
chicka, Jay.
Jay Ribaldo, the official real estate agent. I saw you posting some graphics earlier, Bouquet. Maybe you like prematurely graphulated.
I tended to. That,
Didn't you
yeah.
have some graphs of Jay's up there that he sent us? Jay's got beautiful listings on his website at ribaldo.com, and he keeps us up to date every month with like mean prices and such. Look at the median home price for the last month in Bexar County. 330 so total sales in Bexar County,
Mm-hmm.
21,609 homes sold. Damn. And that's down. This market is just on fire, and it's been that way for years because of how cheap the cost of living is, not just in Texas, but in Bexar County alone.
Right.
Look at that. So once again, we annihilate everybody as far as the major counties go. The biggest counties, us, Tarrant, Dallas, Harris, Travis. We continue to be by far the lowest median home price in Texas. This is the place to buy a home. Jay Ribaldo's the guy to do it with. Go to his website at ribaldo.com. Call him at 210-887-1081. Email him at jribaldo@kw.com, or easy enough, just go to the website. It's ribaldo.com. Ribaldo.com. Well, in today's show,
Okay.
and we'll pick up the run sheet tomorrow with this report, multiple reports. The Cowboys have requested a one-on-one interview in person with former Longhorns quarterback, Tarrant County's own Quinn Ewers.
Now apologize to Jerry, Mike. I need you to apologize because you said they wouldn't go and get a real quarterback. because they're too scared and they kiss Dak's ass too much. You ready to apologize yet? Or do you want or will you wait until they actually draft him? Or even if they do draft him, will you still say fuck off, Jerry?
Quinn Ewers is not a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Not today.
I don't think he's ever going to be.
You don't think with 2-3 years on the bench, he could be Jordan Love?
I don't think so, man.
Wow. I'm not going to argue with you. That's your opinion, but you don't think he could be a good – I mean, is it hard at the bar? Is the bar – because Dak is – what's the bar? If the bar is Dak, Quinn Ewers could be Dak, if that's the bar.
Quinn is not Dak. Quinn, he's lost his swagger. We talked about this all year.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I'm just wondering what the bar is for Quinn for you to say he's not an NFL
He's
QB.
hurt all the time, and he plays like a robot. Ever since he cut his hair, and I know that sounds ridiculous, ever since he went to Austin, he was this kid with all this swag.
They cleaned him up. They
I think they fucked him up in Austin. I do. I think they made him too corporate and robotic. I do not like it. I don't love him. Quinn Ewers' cheeks. Did I use that in proper context?
Give that man a round of applause. Give the 50-year-old man a round of applause.
No, I'm not
That's
apologizing to Jerry
That is
Jones.
gross.
If Jerry drafts Quinn Ewers, I won't be shocked because Jerry's the worst GM in the league, period. The Cowboys organization is not the worst in the league, but the GM's the worst in the league.
Yes.
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 I say a Texan.
Speaking of the football.
I say a homegrown white boy.
Big old long black one.
Come in here and sell the shit out of my tickets. Rudy Johnson.
There's
don't
a lot
you know
of people
I don't
in
give
Texas
a fuck if
love
I ain't
Quinn.
trying to win a Super Bowl. I'm trying to get these Mexicans and these rich whites that live up here to keep on buying these tickets.
Half the
don't
state
you know
loves
how
Quinn.
I roll? I know. I hate his body language.
Yeah.
I think he's Jay Cutler. I don't know. Something happened to him, and I just don't love it.
Did you see Russell Wilson decide to be a Giant?
That is correct. I only judge quarterbacks off their personal attractiveness and appearances. Yes, that's right.
Not true.
Jimmy G.
He ain't a winner. I don't trust Quinn Ewers in a playoff game.
Mm.
The NFL's so different. Look, man, this kid beat Bama on the road. He beat Michigan on the road.
He sure did.
I can't explain it really. I just don't love what I see.
Had a chance to beat Ohio State.
He's not. If he gets drafted, it better not be by the Cowboys. He ain't gonna do shit with them. Quinn Ewers can be if he's gonna have some success in the league as a starter.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna have to be ready-made with a team that's ready to roll. Like if Lamar Jackson were not in Baltimore, Quinn might be able to help the Ravens not win the title, but stay good. You know,
he couldn't be C.J. Stroud. He couldn't be Jaden Daniels.
No, what an insult to C.J.
couldn't be
Stroud.
Jaden Daniels.
No way. He ain't that.
Okay.
Those kids have something special. They have a sixth sense. Quinn Ewers is a 5-tool quarterback when it comes to ability. Where's the sixth sense? The neck up. It's in here. I just don't think he's got that. I don't think he's got that moxie. I don't think he's got that dog that you talk about.
That dog and
that's something. That's
I know. I'm gonna stick to that. Quinn is not a dog. He's not a dog.
That's an intangible. There's no data on dog. I just don't see the dog. Jaden Daniels got dog. He got dog. You know, and somebody that may not have dog that let me down last year. Granted, he played for one of the worst organizations in the league. No offense, but Caleb Williams. Caleb got drafted by the wrong damn team.
Yeah, they did him some justice with going and get him 3 offensive linemen. But yeah.
And by the way, there's 3 or 4 other teams also that are going to have sit downs with Quinn Ewers prior to the draft. And it should be said that the Cowboys are notorious for fake interviewing players to throw other teams off their trail.
Well, right now,
and the Cowboys are very good drafting. They're one of the top 10 drafting teams in the league. They are.
They don't need to be throwing anybody off the trail. Just worry about yourself.
At this point, Quinn Ewers, in my opinion, is going to wind up being Cooper Rush.
That's not a
Colt McCoy.
Sam Ellinger.
Jesus.
I think he's a little better than Sam Ellinger. I think Quinn's he's got 10 years in the league as a quality backup quarterback in the NFL. He is not a long-term solution if you're looking for a starter. The Steelers are not going to trade up in the first round to get Quinn Ewers.
No.
They're going to trade up in the first round so they can get one of these two studs, which, by the way, what the fuck are the Giants doing?
They went and got Jameis Winston. Now they went and got Russell Wilson.
For 1 year? So you're going to put Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson into the same. Russell Wilson had to earn the job last year in Pittsburgh. Now you're going to make him. You're going to make him compete for the job with Jameis Winston for a year. The Giants are terrible.
They're stupid.
What is he going to do? I don't know. Russ needs the job. I see why he would do it. What the fuck are the Giants doing? They've gone to the bottom right now. No, not the bottom. They're second from bottom. The Browns are 32nd. That's every year.
Yeah, for sure.
The Giants right now, as an organization, they're 31st.
Yeah,
what a proud organization.
You go and sign two guys that as soon as they throw two interceptions, all the fans are going to be calling for the other guy.
The Mara family have got to step in here. The inmates are fucking up the Giants, boy. Yeah. It's awful. That was a horrible signing. Can't believe they did. Russ just needs the job. I'm still not sure why the Steelers gave up on Russ.
Well, they didn't. He had the Steelers,
he
the
just
Browns.
Didn't want to go back.
Yeah, he had the Steelers, the Browns, and one other team. He chose the Giants.
Well, I talked to a hardcore Steelers fan today, and he agrees with me. This bullshit trying to bring in these veterans on a one-year deal, trying to steal a title. Trade up and get one of these. Trade up and get Shador. Shador can have success in Pittsburgh. Quinn Ewers might be okay in Pittsburgh because they're just such a quality professional organization up there. Maybe. That's a huge maybe. All right. Tomorrow, we're going to pick up with NBA Tank Talk. We're going to talk about beating up your old lady.
Wow.
And whatever else might happen between now and tomorrow's show. Okay, just for programming purposes, for those that watch us live every day.
Sit tight.
We've got stuff we got to do in the morning that's very important. We'll let you know what time we start tomorrow.
We'll put that on our social.
Correct. All right.
But this
Thanks,
is
everybody.
Great. There's a lot of people watching this one,
good.
so it wasn't too bad.
Oh, we're fine. And by the way, we're introducing yet a brand new sponsor, a brand new partner, a brand new team member tomorrow's show. So, Jose, I need to send you their graphics and their icons. That's it. We're done. Thanks, everybody who contributed to this one, including Jose. Rudy and I back mañana. Let's go find out who was on our members only page today.
That was awesome. Shout out to Homer. We'll see you tomorrow, Homer.
Yeah, tomorrow's our radio show too. So y'all, we got radio and in the building. Double time. See y'all mañana. Love you hard.